Nkopiemu ewo Somalia enche ye bia no ye the updates by say as part of the referees na wo mo kwakọ kan say wo ko gina games ni mu e ama World Cup ye kwakọ bo anasa ahase ende the officiating referees ni emu baako wo ye Somalia ni eye Omar Atan wo no na wo da screens no eso no ekoba ne say wo drew US for say wo mo man visa ma no enko US man no emu na aye bebre ama lot of reactions as come people are saying say they knew that this World Cup was going to be a chaos and a mess the moment US edin World Cup ni mu no mu say Donald Trump ti so ide ensem bebre e na be piepie mu aba na Somalia ni Omar Atan referee ni nsemi a trigger a lot of conversation ama the former first lady of the United States of America, the wife of Bill Clinton, Hilary Clinton, wakasa ede afa ensem. So this is the tweet Hilary Clinton on the X page so say as a World Cup host, the US shouldn't be flatantly barring officials from entering the country to do their jobs. It's terrible backward. It's also counterproductive. Global sports competition should improve international exchange and relations, not the reverse. Entina cheseutie Hillary Clinton dear Donald Trump and I say the US for immigration refuse Omar Atan, the Somalian referee from getting a visa to go and officiate the World Cup games say a World Cup and a mu host here was mutimi mo bia kwanya no e manitimi ra US mine emu so deciding to stop someone not just anybody but a recommended FIFA referee so obekwa officiate game no the former first lady of the United States Hilary Clinton wade eto embonten eso the Somalian Football Federation womunso akasa de afa nsemi enhomutrema anka yehwemu pa this is a history for Somalia mine is answered this is the first time a referee is coming from Somalia mine to officiate a game such as the World Cup but the AC there ade asebe rehosem as a vision their aim and something that was going to be historic it has been aborted by this visa issue the Somalia Federation Football Federation edituja
and Somali people also so I'm very grateful for FIFA and for CAF also so this is what I had to say.
hadda waxay ku dhacday mar aritaano umarna wuxuu leeyahay dhacda adduunka koobka adduunka dhaha dhacdada koobka adduunka inuu ka qayb galo waxa uu lahayd si dadka kale ay waayeen
waxa tahay meelaha ka timid waa baartaan lagu sameeyay baartaankaas umru ku darasada noo sheegaan Mareykanka mar hadii vetting concern ajar la dhahay marka waa ka warsugeynaa laakiin waxaan rajaynaynaa insha Allah taala vetting concern waxyaabaha lagu sheegay in aan lagu qaban mar insha Allah taala diila
The Somalia Football Federation for Ban say Anka this is a very good news for the Somalian government and the Somalian Football Federation. Now so we said the Ansemna Kwako Banidia Nache said there is no way Omar Atan ebetimi akwako officiating the World Cup games as FIFA selected him to be part of the referees. Now, Donald Trump edi eda man for bibra no James say papa ne de woni chaos 5 and 6 just na some twintwan den oka bia Donald Trump on tey wono waka say we protected the people of US ne de noa enobeye enti a lot of people are dragging President Donald Trump for this absurd decision what take to stop the Somalian referee from having a visa to go and officiate the game. Now, Donald Trump so they only him say untimi nka na sem no wa yenhwe han kyerɛw. Me no ka say waba be kasa wo church nse mu ze masa enye de mo kika no tie ekuro ni yo mu kuro, and what is best for them no ena wo mo ebeye. Yentie President Donald Trump, the president of the United States, nensema wode atudwa yeba yebeto aso.
We're working on it very closely to make sure the right people come into our country. Most successful World Cup they've ever had.
Exactly.
They've never sold tickets at that level. They've never sold that many tickets so quickly. It's amazing because you don't think of soccer. We use the word football, soccer, right? But you don't think of soccer in this country. It's the most successful. I spoke to Johnny this morning. He's fantastic, and he's the boss. He said there's never been anything close to what's happened.
But some people are afraid that it's going to be harder and harder to get visas to come from outside. Can you
Well, we're working on it very closely to make sure the right people come into our country.
Echimwa eye wo mo hyede se wo mo bebo mo modern ahese enipa ewura eye US man ni mu no are the right people sebe wo mo ebetimi aba kroni mu a emfa how bia emre the citizens of the United States, and that is exactly what they would do. But questions
very closely to make sure the right people come into our country. Most successful World Cup they've ever had.
Exactly.
They've never sold tickets at that level. They've never sold that many tickets so quickly. It's amazing because you don't think of soccer. We use the word football, soccer, right? But you don't think of soccer in this country. It's the most successful. I spoke to Johnny this morning. He's fantastic, and he's the boss. He said there's never been anything close to what's happened.
But some people are afraid that it's going to be harder and harder.
Donald Trump, and I yetin se ma walk no na so chema US money de wo mo enkrofo omho bambo enahia wo mo, and to make sure say the right people enter the United States na no no omo beye say the beye enkofo how bia emre the citizens of the United States. Now people are questioning the fact that na sema Donald Trump ike ye jetumu say na yeye, because whatever be the case, you know, the referee from Somalia, Omar Atan, is a recommendation from FIFA. It is a FIFA for ena Omar Atan din ashe referees mo, meaning that background check be was a FIFA no wo mo aye enti kwan ben so ena Donald Trump chire mo a na enwo se Omar Atan ewura US man no emu, enti people have started questioning the FIFA president say ne juma na oye no saying ena oye no ne senti no the FIFA president Gianni Infantino waba be kasa e de afa ensem ne ho no so chire na dwene e de fa ho a utimi say he's quite disappointed there, but there is nothing that he can really do about the situation. Yentie Nimra
don't control everything. We try, we will discuss, we will speak, we will see. Maybe sometimes it's good as well to just, chill, relax. We work on everything. We try to solve everything. Sometimes to immediately start screaming and shouting has the opposite effect of finding a solution. Believe me when I tell you, or don't believe me if you don't want, but we try always to find solutions. Always. But then we need to respect that we are not the kings of the world who can rule over governments and police forces and I don't know what. We are a sports organization. We try to do our best with the means that we have to make as much as possible. And in this, and I conclude, we want to unite the world. And if I can ask you one thing, again, if you want to criticize me, it's fine. It's okay. But promote the unity of the World Cup. Promote
That is the FIFA president Infantino and I think sema wode tuja utie mu a na chese ochire mu a anka ye hwe football it's one game and I say ade bi de nkabom eba but say no we chese we aye say menra ha ade a ha dwene pass what mu say the FIFA president himself no is not really impressed about the decision United States for no ade eba but utie US for so mu chire mu a wo mu ye wo nhwehwe just like any other person obera United States or mine emuno the process I do be femu ansa na yama visa no that is the same process this Somalian referee way FM and they felt like an asenhwehwe when it say he somewhere somehow linked to a terrorist group and unti and who say coming into the United States will pose a security threat to the people of US. That is why Omama no enra US mining by not giving him a visa. Yekote a report by with regards to this whole issue say Omar Atan is some way somehow linked to a terrorist group. Yeba ibetwaso.
Omar Abdulkadir Artan just arrived back in Somalia a short while ago to a hero's welcome at the Mogadishu airport. But the Trump administration says he was not allowed to enter the US because he was a security threat. They're going even further to say that he associates with terrorists. That is the assessment from a Trump administration official telling CNN. I want to read a bit of the statement for you so you understand exactly why they're saying they did not allow him to come into the US. He went all the way to Miami and was turned back. This individual was seeking admission to the United States. Upon further inspection by Customs and Border Protection, derogatory information, including association with suspected members of terror organizations, was discovered, making the traveler ineligible for admission to the United States under the Immigration and Nationality Act. And the statement goes on to say, President Trump's administration will not allow any security threat to enter our country, full stop. So what the association here could be referring to is to Al-Shabaab. That is a militant group operating in Somalia. It's an affiliate of Al-Qaeda. They didn't provide any more information about that. But that could explain why a separate Trump administration official, this is the White House task force chief for the World Cup, said this when asked about his case.
There's been one referee who has not been admitted. While I can't go into the details, what I can tell you high level is it was for very good reason. I support that decision. I was speaking directly with the Secretary of Homeland Security and the Commissioner of CBP on Sunday. The days are blending together. A couple of days ago on this, and it was for very good reason that ultimately this referee did not get in the country.
The CBP he refers to there, the Customs and Border Protection, that is the agency that determined that he was inadmissible due to vetting concerns. After a huge backlash, both in the US and internationally, that's why they're adding a bit more information, claiming that he associates with terrorists. So what the US is essentially saying that when this man is not refereeing international football matches, he is mixing with people who are in Al-Shabaab in Somalia. It's unlikely to have happened because he was vetted here by the US Embassy in Nairobi before he was given a 3-month multiple entry visa. So did that vetting fail here in Nairobi at the US Embassy, but somehow the border official in Miami was able to pick that up? He says he was questioned for 11 hours. He told the New York Times that they asked about Al-Shabaab. So that could be the explanation for why he was not allowed to come into the country. And many in Somalia will be outraged by this. The suggestion that maybe Africa's best referee, named referee of the year last year, is also somehow associating with terrorists when he's not in football. Rosemary.
All right, thanks to Larry Madowo bringing us that live report. Appreciate it.
Abusia, that is quite an unfortunate incident. I beto the Somalian referee Omar Atan and Somalia minor because this some way somehow no nanke ni munyam she the Somalia minor. But then unfortunately banisa. But Oba Ghana ha mpenifo baby omubu ese asembi safwati mi bi asembi puno na baby say no na baby ye. Me no ka say breaking news about this Somalian referee ni actually mu say UEFA Union of European Association for mu chire mu anache say o ma hwe unu say abrante enche ye bia kra no nya award ane as a referee of the year enti say Donald Trump so ma ne enra US mani mu a wo mu de o mu be ma na dwuma enti prempren wo mu chire mu a na PSG ene Aston Villa wo mu game a wo mu be bo idea ende league no Super Cup finals no no ene be kwa officiate. So as you can see on the screens, or say Somali referee Omar Aten, who was denied entry into the USA ahead of the World Cup, has now been appointed by UEFA to officiate PSG and Aston Villa in the Super Cup final. And that is a good news for Omar Atan. At least what way a better a hot show na what they are teaching the red. Na Donald Trump dear when in the sign na we say a ensemble. Abusia yenda mo say munya bre e de ehwe yen aha Penax TV.